We all love attacking, but to be successful in hockey, it's equally important to be good in defence. And a key part of defending is tackling, no matter what position you play in on the pitch. So when we're defending, it's obvious that we want to try and get the ball, but also the flip side of that is we can't afford to get eliminated, because if that happens, we're going to put our team under a lot of pressure. So defending and being a good defender is really all about the quality of your decision making, when and where to make the tackle. So when we think about tackling, there are two types of tackles that you probably know about. Right? There's the jab tackle, where we're just jabbing to get the ball away from the attacker. And then there's the flat stick or block tackle, where you're in making the tackle like that. Now, rather than it be a choice of which tackling approach is best to use, it's more about which approach to use at which particular time. Or, as I'm going to talk about today, how to combine both of those tackling techniques to dispossess the attacker of the ball. So there's a couple of things that we need to think about when we're tackling. The first one is our body position. So the position I wanted my body to be is really I want to be able to force the attacker to move into a position that's going to give me the best opportunity to get the ball. So I'm looking to dictate terms to make him do something he doesn't want to do, or get him into a position that I want to get him into. And I do that by generally trying to force him onto my four-stick side, because that's where I've got the most amount of strength in making the tackle. So to do that, I'd be looking to line up my right shoulder with the right shoulder of the attacker, his outside shoulder. So that way you can see automatically I'm giving him the space on this side of the pitch. The second thing to note is the position of my feet and the angle of my body. So rather than being square on like this, I'm at a much more of a 45-degree angle with my feet. And that way it allows me, if the attacker brings the ball back this way, to very quickly rotate my body through and not be dispossessed. And so if you think about that, if I imagine that there's an axis or a line that runs through my body, what I'm looking to prevent is a defender getting on this side of that line. When he does that, that means I'm half beaten and I'm in trouble as a defender. So when I'm tackling, I'm really looking to keep him on this side of that line, so that if he does cut the ball back this way, I'm able to shift my body and stay in a position where I can still make a tackle and he hasn't beaten me. All the time I'm trying to make the attacker do something that he doesn't want to do. So that's my body position. Getting my shoulder in line with the attacker's outside shoulder, forcing him in that direction, and being on my toes and having my body at a 45-degree angle. The next thing then is the distance away from the ball that I am. So if I'm too far away, I can't make a tackle, and I'm not forcing the attacker to do anything. Likewise, if I'm too close to the ball, I run the risk of being eliminated if he gets the ball on the other side of me. So I want to be about a step and a half away from the ball carrier and where the ball is. And that gives me enough time and distance to be able to make a tackle, but at the same time, if the attacker pushes it past me, I'm able to run and chase. I've got a jump on the attacker trying to get the ball. So we're looking to be about a step and a half away from the ball in that sort of position. Yeah? And then the third thing is then getting the ball from the attacker, so dispossessing the attacker and actually making the tackle. And what we want to do here is, once again, we start to bring our stick into play, but we're not necessarily looking to get the ball straight away. We're looking to force the attacker into a position where it gives us the best chance to make a tackle and not get eliminated. So a good technique is, if I'm in this position here and that's the attacker with the ball, is I'm starting to use this jab tackle, but not necessarily at the ball, just on the outside to force him into this direction. And then when I get him where I want him, I'm very quickly moving into the block tackle. With one hand first and then quickly with the second hand. So it's just jab, 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 getting him into the position I want, and then being able to make that tackle. And so they're the three things. Is getting your body in the right position, lining him up to force him where you want it to go, being on your toes on that 45-degree angle, about a step and a half away from the ball, and then really starting to engage the attacker, force him to do something he doesn't want to do, and get him in the position you want to get him into to make the tackle. Likewise, it would be the same on the other side. if for instance I wanted to channel it, if I'm on the left side of the pitch and I wanted to channel the attacker out, I would just line up in the other way. So I'd have my left shoulder lined up with the outside shoulder of the attacker, and I'd be making this sort of movement, waiting perhaps to do a reverse stick tackle, or waiting for it to come back inside and then making the 4-stick tackle. So they're just a couple of things to think about. It's really, really important to practice this technique in training. When you're doing your 1-on-1s, 3-on-2s, 4-on-3s, 3-on-3s, all those drills and games we do at training, really important to practice this technique. Because I guarantee if you can do this, it's going to make a massive difference to your ability as a player and then also your team play. And then once again, just have lots of fun and enjoy your hockey.